Alright, hello, greetings and welcome in everyone. Hello Sishian, hello Zany, welcome in. My name is Harrier Citadel, avian alien sentinel of Fort Misthaven, perpetrator of creative chaos and general maker of things. Welcome in. I hope you guys are doing well. Happy 30th anniversary, thank you Zany, thank you. How goes? I can't believe it's already been a year. Like, that's insane to me. Like, we didn't. Was the Globy Pause challenge that long ago already? When we still did, Ebony. It was that long ago, huh? Yikes. Did you do something to your model words? It might be the jacket cape toggle that you're unfamiliar with, because it almost never goes on. Because people don't like me being warm, apparently. Oh, yeah, no, I've got a jacket. I got a jacket. But usually, people don't see it. I like it. Yeah, thank you. I'm also rather fond of it. It's actually kind of like the sleeveless thing. Let me just stand a little bit further back here. It's actually like this sleeveless thing. That's got an open back. You can't really see it in the current state. There's not enough physics. It needs to be a redeem. It is a redeem. It is indeed a redeem. It is. Is it called the cape toggle? Or which one is it? It is the cape toggle, yes. It is the cape toggle. Hehe. But yes, so you get to see my shiny chevron closure on this thing. But yeah, it is indeed my article of warm clothing. But no, I am planning on doing some upgrades to my model soon-ish. It is on the priority list, considering that I have learned a lot of stuff in the last 2 months regarding model rigging and things. So there are little things that I'd like to update, but not today. Fred, hello, happy affiliate anniversary, thank you. How are you doing? It's good to see everyone, especially at this odd hour for a Harrier. It's a very strange hour, but usually I'm ending about now, previously. It's interesting to be actually starting up at this hour. It's very, very, very strange. But we'll see how it works to give our American friends something in their post-supper time slot for the next couple of weeks, see if it vibes. Pretty good. This is one of those rare times where I'm not tired from work. Hey, that's fantastic. Nice! That's fantastic news. Yes. Alright, I'm going to jump into our main screen because we actually have a half a plan for today, and that is to work on some new emotes, because it feels like our little collection could use a little bit of expansion. So let us jump right in. Okay, so I did ask on the Discord about 15 minutes ago, whoopsie, or pseudo morning time. Yes, if you happen to be in the European time zones, it is crazy early. This would be around about what time you ought to be waking up if you want to catch the first flight out. If I am in my time zone and I'm got to be on the other side of the country, later, then yes, this is the hour that I would be waking up to catch that first flight that goes wheels up at 5. Man, that was a period of my life. I can't believe that I did that for like 8 years. But anyway, here we are. We survived it. We survived the red-eye flights. Hey, happy affiliate anniversary. Thank you, Citrina. Welcome in. Good to see you. How are you doing? Is this early or late for you? I'm good. How are you? I'm referring to my reverse sleep schedule compared to the rest of the US. Ah, yes. Then the Euro time slots on Mondays and Tuesdays are going to be more of your friend. I see. Yeah. This would be... It is just gone 3:15 in the morning in my time zone. So I have been awake for some hours. But also, if you're an athlete and you run, then this would also be a perfectly normal hour to be awake. It's crazy. It's literally that bridging part of the wee hours. In that case, this stream has been declared a morning stream. Yes, it is in fact the 29th where I am at the moment. Which is why I kind of forgot that the affiliate anniversary was going to be quote-unquote today and not quote-unquote tomorrow. Because I apparently can't read. But anyway, yeah, here we are. And it's good to see you all. Thank you for being here. So I have isolated out a couple of options for us. Zany did drop a couple of suggestions. Y9. I think I did pick Y9. Yes, I did pick Y9. And Animal also dropped a few. So the ones that I've shortlisted are obviously this one, as well as this one, because when we are plotting secret projects, this is very much on point. I've also shortlisted this one as well, because obviously sometimes muting issues happen. The reading one was also a nice idea for the walls of text, and we need to have a hydrate emote. We can't not have a hydrate emote. It's literally a thing on this channel, so we have to have them. Oh, I love them. Yay, I'm glad you do. Lomon's bases are amazing to work with, honestly, as far as emotes go. They're just so comprehensive. They are very cute and very comprehensive, and 11 out of 10 I think they're cuter than my own bases, so... Save button emote yet? I might be able to edit the Bongo Cat ones into a save button. I might be able to edit the Bongo Cat ones into that. Oh, that's an option. I'll shortlist those. Anyway, so let me just quickly do this. Put our timer on, considering we were just talking about hydrates. I actually think we'll start with this one, don't you? I think so. Start with the hydrates. And start customizing this all together. So, how is this separated? We've got shading, beige, and lines. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new lines layer over the top, grab our sketch brush. Is that the right line width? And we can afford a little bit thicker on that line width. Let's go 20. There we go. And that should give me plenty to work with in terms of our pressure sensitivity. So what we're going to do is we're going to add our little signature black piece over here. Like that should do the trick. And over here we're going to do the shirt like that, and that covers our extra lines. So take all of that away. Now we add over here, what we're going to do is we're going to go select outside, expand by 1 pixel, invert, and we're going to go to my color palette. We're going to grab that color and fill. There we go. Then we're going to grab our lasso tool for our green part of the hair and our black color for our black part of the hair. Very straightforward like that. Grab our slera. You could put your mug design on the cup there. You read my mind, Bread. Moonshiro, hello, hello. Very polite, very demure. Yes. Welcome in. How are you doing? But yes, Bread, you literally read my mind. I was exactly going to put the mug design on there. You legitimately read my mind. Oh. Good. This is gonna be so cute. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Now, let's just grab this. And I want that brush again. First, let's just get a bit of slera color in here. And then grab this. There we go. Now we grab our... Where is my mug? Have I not got it registered as a material yet? Gasp, that will not do. Okay. Collapse that. Still under the weather, but it's getting better. But the cold came back and it's raining and thundering. Yeah, yeah, we had a big thunderstorm pass through where I'm at just now as well. But I hope that the health improves for you, Munshiro. Very much so. I have one good idea once per year, says Bread, and I think at this point I'm 3 over my yearly allowance, so I'll be head empty until 2030. Oh no! Oh no! Let me see, where did I save that? That's gonna be... here. I really need to go edit, register material, image, mug art. Adjust after pasting. Yes. All materials into self. Okay. Close you. There we go. Make this bigger and actually make it upright again. Like that. Now we rasterize this and we go edit, transform, mesh transformation. And I think we can get away with a little bit fewer on those grid points. Here we go. And now we place. Like that. And like that. Okay, there we go. I looked away from the screen and then looked back and you got the eyes open and it gave me a jump scare. Oh dear. Oh no. Sorry about the little jump scare there. There we go. Now let's put this on multiply again. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a mask on here. Take that away. Take that away. Alright, now we lock that and pull like so, and we pull that like so. And on this mask, what we're going to do is we're going to untrim that which clearly broke something. There we go. Okay, we almost got this completely ready for exporting, which is really fast. So now what we're going to do is we're going to grab our green and we're going to go duplicate our eyes layer, and what we're going to do is we're going to just do a tonal conversion with this one. So brightness and contrast, we're going to up our brightness like that. Okay, now what we're going to do is we are going to add an overlay layer on which we're going to put that. Not overlay, hard light. Yes, that's the one. Then our blue, that I'm going to use brush, not the soothe. It's the Harrier cup! Yes, it is indeed the Harrier cup. And that looks a little bit wobbly. But you know what? At the majority use case scale, it's not gonna actually get seen all that much. So, like that will do. And then paper goes away. And there we go. First one, save, done! Just like that. Although, I do want to just grab that and just change that color because that's not quite right. There we go. Now it's done. Why the grey blush under the eye? Mostly because I never bothered to recolor that piece of line to something. Yeah, that'll do. That looks more. Okay, that'll match. It'll now be completely invisible at use case size, but it's fine. Okay. So, first one ready for exporting later. Yay! Next, which one shall we do? The scheming, the reading, the mute, or the 10 out of 10s? The eyes are very pretty. Thank you! Thank you. I'm glad you like my eyes. Let me just take off the shades for a bit so that we can see. Gasp. Which one shall we do next, guys? The reading, the mute, the scheming, or the 10 out of 10? The scheming was funny, or the reading? Okay, because we can probably burn through all of these still tonight, so we're probably going to get through all of them. Quite possibly. Do the 10 out of 10? Okay. Which one shall we do? Which one shall we do? 10, scheme, read, or mute? I think let's start with a 10 and then we'll come through. Because who needs to be systematic, right? Who needs to be systematic? I think we can. We're going to get through all of them, I think, so I don't see any reason for us to worry too much. Okay, so first things first, what we're going to do is we're going to put this on multiply. This is our shading layer. I've got our skin shading color here. Let's start with that. Actually, let's just fill everything. There we go. Now let's go with changing up our leash. This needs to be like that. And let's grab our lines and get those in place as well. So, first things first, where is my brush? Here. I think I'm gonna tweak my shorthand for how I do my bangs because I don't think they read very easily for you guys most of the time. Something like that. First one. And something like that. Okay. And then we're gonna have our shirt. Do its thing. Something like that. Okay. Now here we're gonna put our mask on and clean up everything that gets hidden. Like that. Okay, Now we grab our floor colors and we start doing the thing. So grab everything outside, expand by 1 pixel, invert, and grab skin color. So there we go. Cut out that piece of shading. Cut out that piece of shading. Cut out those bits. Alright, here we're going to grab our black. And our silver. And our black again. There we go. Almost got it all. There we go. Then our green. Eek. Clean this up a bit. Where I overdid it. Okay, and then we're gonna grab our white in this section. Close up a corner. Okay, that should do the trick, I think. Actually, I think what I want to do is I want to add a little bit of a highlight. Some of these bits. As well, just like that. Okay, and now expand that by 1 and put a mask on there. Move that. Okay. The 10 is being hidden a little bit. Because hair, unless what one does is one changes this into the save. I think this would actually work maybe better as the save reminder. So we're gonna go over here to our hard round and make this 40. Why? That should do. Okay. Empty it. Unlock. Maybe if we make that really, really small, can we still read that? I think we can still read that. Yeah, I think we can still read that. Okay, so this is going to be our save instead of a 10 out of 10. Just because the aspect works better that way. So we save. We do as we are instructed. We do as we are told. Oh, joy. Okay. I'm going to come back to this one as well and actually also add a little bit of that highlight over here. Okay. And I think let's do the scheming one next, shall we? Yeah, I think so. Do I actually want to... have any more detail on this? Let me just see. That looks shiny. Okay. Save. Okay, and then next let's do our scheme. Okay, so we have a base color here, which is not a base color. It is a first pass shade. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this one in that color and make you all multiply. And hide you. And first things first, let us do our actual inking. Okay, so here what we're gonna have is we're gonna have our hydrate reminder, apparently. So everyone, it is time to acquire your nearest staple consumption beverage, and let's take a sip. I literally just before stream made myself a cup of coffee. What is everyone else drinking? Calyx, hello, hello. How did you just start? I am changing up my streaming schedule. That is how. Hi. Good to see you. Yes, yes. I'm changing up my streaming schedule to see if I can get better quality sleep for a start. And also so that I can actually have Sundays which are more convenient for our European friends and some which are more convenient for our American friends. So everyone gets a chance to have time on stream. Are the housemates awake? No, they are not. They are absolutely not. Which is one of the reasons why I am so grateful that I am not a gaming streamer who does yelling things. Oh my word, if I was doing yelling things, they would despise me. Nah, we're all good. But it is time to reset our timer real quickly. There we go. Of course, we've got a nice new mechanical timer. There we go. That is super cute. Anyway. So yeah, the housemates are in fact not awake. And we hope that they will continue sleeping for their allotted few hours. I am probably going to end stream right about the time where my brother wakes up to go to work, which is kind of wild, but hey. Time zone chaos, our favorite thing. 2 hours from now? Yeah, pretty much. A little bit more than, yeah. I should be having a 2-hour stream, I think. No, we've already been going for 15 minutes. Oh, wow. That's good. Getting 3 hours is ideal. 3 hours? How do you mean? For streaming consistency, have people flying through. Ooh, I see. If it's too short, people miss. Yeah, that's the thing. Because I know people who have done and regularly do like 2-hour streams as well. And unfortunately, I mentioned that to parent units. And they say, if that is the case, then why do you need to stream for 6 hours? And I have been fighting that fight of not having enough time for people to actually show up. Ever since. Because I want to? Yeah, no. Sometimes that's not a strong enough argument. Especially when one needs to work one's logistics around more than just yourself. If they know you stream, have you tried convincing them it's work? Oh no, they know it's my work. It's just that they want me to spend more time working offline than online. For some obscure reason. I still don't exactly 100% understand their rationale. I think they think that the streaming distracts me. Which is not actually the case, but... The main important thing is that they understand that it is in fact my work, that they understand that it is in fact my day job, and that I am not, in fact, you know, just throwing time and effort after nothing. You ever get that thing where they're upset you're in bed or in your room in the mornings? A lot. A lot. Like, it's one of the reasons why I'm busy changing up my stream and sleep schedule, is so that the wake up period that happens for the morning shift, because I do have to be conscious on weekdays in the morning for reasons, is less challenging. So yes, I am going to go to bed by 5 o'clock in the morning. But I need to wake up again at 9. Be awake until 12:30, and then I can pass out again for a few hours before waking up for the afternoon shift, where I actually do day job things. But that period between 9 and 12:30, I absolutely have to be awake. I've got no choice on the matter. It's just sometimes it's difficult. Actually, now on Mondays and Tuesdays it's 8. So yeah, we are working on things. The worst is when it's morning and time for you to sleep, but the upstairs folks start drilling holes and alls. Yeah, usually that happens in my abode during the afternoon shift, so after 12. That's usually when that sort of thing starts happening in my abode. Either drilling things or hammering things, or otherwise using power tools to repair things. But you do what you can. I have long since learnt the art of a power nap in the back of a plane. After that, loud noises kind of... You learn to sleep through them. You honestly learn to sleep through them. Are we making emojis? Yes, we are indeed making more emotes for our channel. That is what we are up to this day. What's this one called? You know, the base doesn't actually have name labels on them, so I'm not 100% sure. But it looks like it's scheming. Harrier scheme. It will be. It will be the scheming thing, yeah. Now, let's see, get that line a little bit nicer. That one. Okay, that'll do for that. Now what we need is to hide both of those. And grab outside, which is that lot. And you expand by 1 pixel, invert skin color, fill, there we go, lock opacity. Grab our Slayer color, fill like that. Alright, and then we need our black. And our green. Like so. There we go. And now we need our little highlight colors. Nope, I want that brush. There we go. And that one. And then some silver for the haircut. And put those on. And you know what's one little thing that I forgot to do on all of the ones that we've worked on so far? I forgot to correct the ear shape. Oh dear. And add earrings. That's stuff that I completely forgot to do. There we go. Alright, that's that one. Although I'm not 100% convinced about this color here. I feel like it should be more and that color. Yes, that's the one. Okay, save. There we go. Now we need to make corrections here. Why? Because I was dumb. And I forgot to do the corrections to the ear shape. Okay. Do that. Do that. Save. Okay, and this one we don't actually even see the ear, so it's fine. So next is going to be mute or the reading. I think let's go with the mute one because that's kind of really useful to be aware of. Because when you are muted. Okay, and on this side, I'll put the head like that. And then our mask, mask this bit, mask this bit. There we go. Say hello, hello, welcome in. New emote? Yes, we're working on new emotes today to fill up our collection a little bit. Toaster, thank you for the save. Greatly appreciated. Welcome in. Good to see you. How are we doing today, guys? Currently getting a uniform set up. Ooh, nice. Uniforms come with implications, and at the moment those implications sound or from what I know of your circumstances, those implications sound somewhat positive. So, yay! I hope they're positive anyway. In the words of my boy Peter Parker, trying to do better. Aww. And I mean that in a hopeful way. Ah. That's actually good. Trying to do better. Positive mindsets. Upgrades with every day. Goals right there. Alright, let's take this and go like that. There we go. Unlock that corner, because otherwise I will be upset. There we go. How are you doing in your iteration of reality? Should be pretty late over there if I remember my time zones. So surprised to see you still here right now. Yes, I am trying something out with my stream schedule so that I've actually got European time slots on Mondays and Tuesdays and American time slots on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So it's still in its absolute earliest phases. Today is my first American time zone attempt. But so far so good. Should do the trick there for now. we're going to do is we're going to add another layer to the bottom here. We'll add outside. Is that everything? Yes, looks like it. Okay. Expand by 1 pixel, invert skin color and fill. There we go. This one becomes a multiply. There we go. I'm a night owl myself too, but don't go messing yourself up too much in the sleep schedule. Oh, we have literally the reason why I never streamed on Monday was because we spent hours poring over this sleep versus stream schedule to make sure that whatever we do gives me the optimal time zones to reach people and be able to stream conveniently for folk, while still allowing me to be conscious in the hours that I need to be conscious to be possibly present in my own time zone. We were literally poring over that for hours to get something that could work. And we're busy testing it out. We're going to test it for a couple of weeks and see how it goes. And what adjustments need to be made subsequently. But basically it's first pass fine-tuning off of my previous stream schedule, where arguably my sleep schedule was worse. Cool. Yeah, no, it's all just planning and refining things now. Okay, now we're missing one by side dangle. Okay, now over here we need to cut out that piece of shading. There we go. And done! The uniform is as best as I can get it for now until my formal event next week. Oh wow! I wish you well for that formal event. Small Harrier looks concerned. Yeah, just a little. Just a little. My feet hurt and I'm just feeling bleh. I can believe that. I wonder what's gonna look better, if that cross is in yellow or in red. zoom out and see what reads most clearly. You know what? I'm going to grab both of those and put an outline on it for a start. Oh, she's been muted, yeah. To be fair, I don't blame her for looking rather fearful. Or she's the one muting, Schrodinger's Harrier. It could be either or. It could be muting you, or oh, I've been muted and I didn't realize it. Dun dun dun! Yeah, both use cases could apply. Let's see. I want to try that in yellow again, just to see how that flies. Yeah, it doesn't look good in yellow. Keep it in red. Unless what I do. And that is a hydrate, so everyone, acquire your nearest safe for consumption beverages. And let's take a sip. There we go. Hydrate time. The coffee is now room temperature. Sadness. Let's get rid of it, shall we? I think the red is more noticeable since it contrasts with the green and is more noticeable against the white. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I just felt like the red on its own was a bit flat. But having that little bit of yellow gradient on the top actually makes it a bit more visible, I feel like. Because you actually have the color change that highlights the shape a bit more. I feel like. Can I do something similar with this? I can work with that. That can work. That's nice. Okay, awesome. And I'm not going to actually give a slare on this one. I'm not going to make the whites of her eyes white. Because it just makes the expression that much more... Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Coolio, so that one is ready. Save. Yes, I know. Cool, so that is, how many have we done today so far? We've gotten a save. We've got a scheme. We have, oh no, I'm muted. And we've gotten a hydrate. And let's see, the last one that is on the shortlist is a read, but let's just go through what I've got in the secondary list again to just double check. I've got a scared one. I've got, oh no, what did I just read? The classic anime-esque done eyes of, why would you say that? Or why would you mute me? Yeah. Hunger. That one I feel is appropriate for the food channel on the Discord. This one feels very appropriate for the food channel on the Discord. Like, the tasty things that you guys share there. Ooh, I need to get pictures from my mom for the stuff that I cooked on Monday. I did an experiment with gyoza and ramen noodles. It was my first time making ramen. It was my family's first time eating ramen. We had it with a chicken broth. It was quite nice. They enjoyed it. I need to get those photos because that will definitely make this one a appropriate. Then there is the shock screen. That's also a potential option. Now that's the why would you mute me face. But I'm trying to prioritize the ones that would get used in the Discord server most frequently, I think. Also a little bit of a nervous Odia. Insert Hungry Harrier emote here. Yeah, I feel like that one would get use. The cookie. That one I feel would also get use. Considering how much whenever I'm going into other people's places I say sneaks in to deliver cookies. That greeting will likely not change in a hurry. Because sneaking in to deliver cookies is always going to be a thing with me. That one's also a bit dreary. I'm not sure about that one for now. And the timeout whistle? I think hungry is going to be the one for the day. That one is going to be the one for today. So reader is going to come down into the B list because I don't think I'm going to get to it today still. But let's do the hungry one. Let's do the hungry one. Because that one is a bit of a mood. Alright, wait, I just need to check here real quick. Yeah, okay. So, before I forget again, timer. There we go. Not gonna lie, with the simplistic version, the first thing my brain saw was chomping on a microphone instead of a cookie. I think I'm cooked. Why would you bite a microphone? Why would you bite a microphone? Gasp, sigh. Why wouldn't you bite a microphone? It's full of forbidden flavors. What was the lyric on that song? The piano sounds like a carnival, the microphone smells like a beer. You ever seen that meme video clip, Tell Us Something Your Mum Doesn't Know? I have not. And it tastes like one. Oh dear. Yeah. Casually quoting Billy Joel numbers in the middle of an art stream. Weird. But hey, it could be worse, right? Okay, so now let's tweak our ears again. Damn it. Wait. Over here, this one goes away that way. All right, now like that. Multiply, there we go. I do for a moment. I feel like I messed up there. Now I've got that song playing in my head. No! And I'm struck by the sudden and the insane urge to quickly draw bread in a jar. Just because it would be on brand for that weird earworm that has struck. And it would be oddly on brand for bread as well, to be in a jar. For no apparent reason. And anyone who doesn't know the song is very confused right now. Sent what I was thinking of in memes? Okay. Thank you. I will check it out after stream. I will be very honest. I have very, very, very limited exposure to the meaning side of the interwitch. I don't go looking for it much. What's the easiest way to I? That is an interesting question. I may require more context for that. That sounds like something that requires more context. Oh, draw. Legitimately, a dot. That is the single easiest way to draw an eye, is to simplify it down to a single dot. If we're being very, very, very straightforward. To give life, I'm gonna just use this one as an example. If you want to make your single simplified dot more lively, apply highlight. That's the easiest way to do it. I personally actually struggle with cutifying things quite a bit. So I've recently had a little bit of a marathon of drawing plumies, which are the mascots for Wilhelm van der Bos. If you've been around for a while, you know that I draw stuff related to him rather frequently. And his mascots have this very adorable eye shape where you literally just see this big black pupil, sort of like on this side, but then there's the highlight with a little bit of reflected highlighter at the bottom, sort of in that sort of a shape. So if I were to, it would be something like that. I don't see that as a slur. That seems more like just a full one color eye with a shine. Yeah. Chibis get bead eyes? Sometimes, yeah. But I just don't have the lashes visible at the moment because I'm still busy putting inks in place. But I think I've finished putting the inks in place now, I think. Yes, I have. Okay, cool. Grab that. Grab outside. Let's just reduce that close gap. Try this again. Okay, expand by 1 pixel, invert and fill. There we go. Hamster eyes! Ria, name a movie. Oh, this could go any which way. Any movie. I'm trying to think what movies do I suddenly, what movie do I know? What singular movie does Harrier know? Processing. Do you have any particular genre in mind that you would prefer that I keep it to for whatever purpose you have in mind here? Anything and everything? Oh boy, that makes this harder. That makes this harder. Shucks. What's so hard about it? What's so hard about it is that I have, like, every single movie that I know running through my brain at the moment, and I can't find any of their names. And the part of me that knows that whatever I'm gonna say has got a context in which it's going to be applied that I do not know is making me triple doubt all of the things I could potentially say. There's got to be a one-word title. Remove the filter. It's got nothing to do with anything. Okay. Ish. I'm feeling really, really dumb right now. Shucks. Is that a movie? Or is that a series of skits? Is this what it's like to have writer's block? Yes. Yes, it is. It is 100% what it's like to have writer's block. It's like, I know words exist, but can I find them? Nope. It's 100% what writer's block is like. Been there. I'm apparently there again. Yeah. Let me make it easier, please do. Give me a genre or a context or something. Otherwise, what's the last movie you watched? Oh, shucks. That's also a difficult question. What is the last movie I watched? It was months ago. It was legitimately months ago. I can't remember what the last movie I watched was. Was it? What was it? Was it 20 years ago? No, that was just the other day. 20 years ago was just the other day. Something the word was thinking too much. Yeah, I am. You. If you can sense my brain melting, yes. I think actually the last movie I watched was Oscar. I think no, it wasn't the last movie I watched, but it was a relatively recent one. It was in the last 24 months. Sylvester Stallone movie. Very chaotic plot. It's literally like trying to watch an opera. That movie. Now that I think about it, it is. It keeps you on your toes. Yes. That's one of the last movies that I recall seeing. But yeah, I don't watch a lot of movies at the moment. What were you planning? That is my question as well, because when I get a question out of nowhere like that, I always assume that there is a context of some degree. Because one does not ask well, I don't ask questions without context attached to them. So I don't assume other people ask questions for no reason either. It was just an exercise. One I clearly failed at miserably. But Ria, for next time I ask, you'd be more ready. Oh no. Oh no. Now I'm concerned. Ask what? What should I be preparing for? Yeah! Anxious bird noises. This is why introverts are bad at small talk. We think too much, yes. Can I tell you what? I can't tell you what brought about the question. That would help in terms of context. I love context. Context is wonderful. And save button. I've been watching all kinds of movies lately, from cult classics to animated kid stuff. Ah, I see. Just last night it was The Godfather and How to Train Your Dragon. That is an interesting combination. Very interesting combination. You seen those? I think I know I've seen How to Train Your Dragon. I can't remember if I've seen The Godfather. Have I? If I have, it was definitely more than 10 years ago. I haven't really been a movie guy largely for the last several years, recently starting watching some anime again though. Godfather is a wild ride. Seeing the 3-hour runtime, I was expecting a slog, but it kept me deeply engaged. Yeah, it's definitely got one of those engaging plots. Hectic plot, but engaging plot. I know I've recently enough read the synopsis for it, but yeah, no spoilers for everyone who has not seen it. Yeah. Okay, save button. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it here in terms of what we're actually doing in terms of emoting. And then we can just chat a little bit, because I think 5 is a reasonable number to complete in a single stream. Been on graveyard shift, so all I got down is downtime for movies. Oh no. What? Yes, Calyx, what is it? Eek! Check these out in tiny scale? Yes. Tiny scale. Tiny scale time. Doink. Like so. And like so. And like so. And there. There. We should be okay. Yo! Yes. Yes. So, I will after stream be putting these in the Discord, and I like the plotting gremlin. Yes, the plotting gremlin is totally me in the background. I have got a couple of things cooking, and this is totally on brand. I'm not gonna lie, it is 100% on brand. So I'm looking forward to being able to implement what this is relating to, but yes. I'm back. Why were you drooling? Because we were talking about food. The food channel in Discord, where all of the tasty things happen. Ooh, all of the tasty things. Me and Ria's mind when I asked her to name a movie. Yeah, exactly. It's like, how do we contextualize things? You literally got me. You literally had me in completely brain blank mode, because everything was running through my head, and at the same time nothing was coming to the surface. Because context. I am someone who lives and breathes context. Otherwise, I completely fail to function. Does the small Rhea have a name? Yeah, she's just emote Rhea. This is just the emotes. This is just emotes. But yeah, these are going to end up in the Discord now at the end of the stream, and I will also be uploading them onto Twitch, but I'm not sure how many of those are actually going to be able to find slots still. I'm not sure how many of those I'm gonna have slots for still, so we'll figure that out. You got to focus on one memory from a movie, like a scene or someone you were with when you watched it, and it will usually come to you. Yeah, it's just that one, I've not watched a lot of movies recently. 2, the other day is any time in the last 20 years. 3, once again, context is everything, and it would be rather despicable to have someone trying to come up with, okay, what is her favorite movie, type sniggering in the background madness, and using the first movie that comes to mind question as your hook to ask subliminally the what is your favorite movie question, and then you mention something that is just first words that come to mind, and then it's not appropriate or not accurate, or okay, I'm going to remove that, and I'm just gonna just gonna remove that because you know. Delete that message. That was the fastest nope. Flap. That was the fastest nope. It's for the best, yes. I'm glad that wasn't gonna stick on the YouTube. God. There are certain things that do not enter this space, and that is one of those things that does not enter this space. Ever. Just FYI, I haven't actually got a favorite movie. I legitimately don't. Because I feel like everything has its own creative space and its own strengths and weaknesses, I really struggle to categorize them down enough to be able to find a favorite. Same goes with webcomics, same goes with books, same goes with music. Do not ask me what my favorites are of any of those categories because there is no answer. I don't think I could name one either off the top of my head. Yeah. Looper holds a good spot in my memory, but I haven't got back to it in a while. Yeah, no, there are a lot of really, really good stories out there. It's just really difficult sometimes to kind of isolate them down. I can probably isolate much more readily the movies that I've seen that I have not liked. Insert literally pretty much every comedy movie I have ever seen I've not liked. And that is the hydrate timer. That is the hydrate timer. So everyone, acquire your nearest safe for consumption beverages. And let's take a sip. Many things have their value, but favorite isn't supposed to be an objective measure. Just what do I like the best? Yeah, and I can't qualitatively make that decision for myself. Nice little time travel flick with a great Bruce Willis. Yeah. Yeah. Time loops can be very interesting when they're handled well. Otherwise, they can be tedious. It all depends on how they're paced. And what changes from one loop to the next. Or, well, that's regressions. Time travel, meeting past self, madness. That gets wild. But yeah. I can safely say, I think... Yeah. Too many people get wrapped up with thinking that their favorite thing is the best thing anyway. It won't be, and it doesn't have to be. Yeah, no. That's 100% true there. Like... I can say that a lot of things that I've seen are subjectively very good. Would I watch them again? Not necessarily. And that's also a measure of appreciate the quality, but am I going to go back to it? Probably not. For a lot of things. Like, if one finds yourself in a bed and breakfast someplace and you have all of the hours to kill and nothing else to do because you packed strangely and did not bring anything to keep yourself occupied with, leaving the in-house television the only thing, and a certain thing that you've seen before just happens to be on, then fine, sure, you watch it again. But some things I don't necessarily feel like I could watch them a second time. Or one needs to be in a very, very, very specific mindset to be able to do so. Some media has more repeat value than others. Yeah. Now that I think about it, there's one movie that I ought to probably see a second time. Or a third time. I can't remember if it's going to be a second or a third time. I think it's called Flashpoint. Basically, it's sort of a multiple POV whodunit sort of a thing with a terrorist attack on a place. That's what the plot of the movie. And every loop of the movie follows a different person's POV in terms of what they see and all of that. I feel like that one ought to be rewatched. I know I've mistaken its name more than once, so I don't know if that's the actual name of it. One of my favorite games is Superliminal. Am I ever going to play it again? Nope. You basically get all you can out of it in one playthrough, but it means more to me personally than a lot of PvP-focused games I play endlessly. You know what? I can believe that. A puzzle game oftentimes has very limited replay value. Speaking of rewatches, until recently I never wanted to spend 1 second watching or playing something I'd already done, but what changed my mind was how we at different points in life experience these things and get different takeaways and perspectives on that thing, which give it newfound love and admiration. Oh, it's a Rashomon type movie? I am not familiar with that reference, but I will take your word for it. But yeah, basically multiple POVs. Almost like if you... almost like if you have a mystery visual novel with multiple POVs that work around the same event, basically. What was the movie you said? I missed the name. I have gotten the name wrong multiple times, so I'm not sure if it is actually the correct name. I think it's Flashpoint. I think, but I could be wrong. I think it was also early 2010s, but also very easily could be wrong. My sense of time is non-existent. Anyway, let's head over here. Yeah. But yeah, that is the madness. Your room? Yes, my room is in need of decoration. So if you guys have vibes of what you feel a Harrier room could look like, I'm currently running a mood board event in the Discord server, and basically we are looking for ways to upgrade my decorations, because this is legitimately how I received it when it was issued to me by the Mist God. In other words, way too default. So if you guys have any ideas for what you feel are Harrier vibes, you can find the mood board event channel in the Discord server, and with that there is a pinned post right at the top of that which gives you the explanation of what's going on in the event and how to participate. It's not a winner or loser type thing, but if we get enough entries into that, then what we're going to do is we're going to look through all of the inspirations that we get, and we're going to use that to inform how the new room decoration design goes. Yes. Rashomon is the name of a movie. I think it's the earliest one which had that kind of format where it's all about one sequence of events and multiple characters recounting what happened from their POV as they try to get to the bottom of what actually happened. Feng Shui, are we allowed to drill holes? Can we put up a bar? Well, if it is a loose standing bar, I guess, but there is an entire eatery downstairs. There is an entire food court downstairs, basically. How the building is set up is that the bottom floor is where the kitchens and the dining room setup are, and the laundry rooms and all of the storage space and everything is down there. And then the 2 stories above that are dorm rooms like this one. So every dorm room has... let me go over there. So every dorm room has this basic setup where we've got the door and the bed over on this side, and then over here, just behind what you see, that long thing on the wall is a hanging mirror. Just behind that is a door that leads into the bathroom. And just behind that, there by that wooden piece of wall, that is a walk-in cupboard. Just next to that little down step towards the entrance door. Oh, a pull-up bar. Oh. Sorry. Yeah, we can add a pull-up bar. I'd say a TV, but from that angle, I think a TV would be off-screen to the left of the viewable from the couch. Yeah, a TV, yeah. Basically directly in front of where that TV couch setup is a little sliding door that goes onto a balcony. Tiny little balcony. And my desk is right next to that. I'm too simple, I think. This looks great to me. Yes, it would be a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful bed and breakfast room. Except for the fact that it hasn't got a coffee station with a kettle. The fact that it doesn't have a coffee station with its own kettle is the only thing that would make it insufficient as a bed and breakfast room. And also, if you observe the data rails, you will find that there are no plug points at elevated points in the room, which also is not sufficient for a modern day earthling bed and breakfast. The wonder thing that I wish that architects got right is actually telling the construction people where to put the plug points and have those in reasonable places, in more than one place in a room. That is my pet peeve with modern architecture. What posters would you put up? This is a room and not a common area. Yeah, this is my singular dorm room. The common area is downstairs. I'm mostly not a big posters guy. I had some as a kid, but in other rooms I never really put any up. Never bothered to. Yeah, posters aren't really a thing for me either. Like, I have a small collection of prints that I've acquired at the 3 comic conventions I've attended in my existence. But those are contained on my cupboard doors in frames. So, yeah. Rhea, we have to wall scroll? A wall scroll? Okay. Calyx, please put it in the Discord. Put it in the Discord. We also need a bookshelf for a figure stand. Put it in the Discord. What you see on your mind, put it in a mood board and put it in the Discord in the right channel, because we're going to look at all of that and figure out what's going to look right. I guess if I had to choose, I did have this one framed poster from the Dinobots from Transformers G1. I also have a Spider-Man Miles Morales one. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Yeah. What posters would I have I would definitely have a Colorverse poster because history. So definitely an Indigo's Owl poster. Possibly a Shadow Song poster. Do you have old consoles to flex or physical copies of old games? No, I don't, unfortunately. The only consoles that have ever passed through my house were an end-of-life run PS2. Were an end-of-life PS2. And with that, the 2008 version of Star Wars Battlefront 2, which was my exposure to FPS games. A couple of Need for Speed games that my brother played. Fat PS2 or Slim PS2? I didn't know there were multiple kinds of PS2. What? Did it sneak in because it was a DVD player? No, I think what happened was my dad got it with Gran Turismo. Yeah, my dad got it with Gran Turismo. I can't remember which Gran Turismo. But yeah, lots of racing games. Lots and lots and lots of racing games. By lots, I mean sub 12. Definitely sub 12. But it was Gran Turismo and a couple of Need for Speed titles. Easy way to tell is based on how you insert the disc. Horizontally. From the front. There wasn't a lid that opened vertically. There was a thing that there was a slot, like a DVD drive. Okay, that's the fat one. Okay. Yeah, I honestly did not know that there were two models. Shows you what I know about consoles. Shows you what I know about consoles. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, I hear birds outside. My kin singing. So guys, it is now time that I greet you all. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that was end of production run because we did not find very much in the line of games when we were looking for them. It was literally just Need for Speed games and everything else was bleh. The real question is, can you translate the burps? Unfortunately not. These ones appear to be of the finch and sparrow variety, which means I, as, you know, marsh hawk type, do not translate quite appropriately. It's a very different dialect. Very different dialect, yep. But no. I did get relatively good at speaking guinea fowl at one stage, but I've lost that quite badly. As a representative of all avian kind, I think they're saying it's time for bed. It is indeed time for this marshhawk to go to bed. Yes. But yeah, I did get relatively good at speaking guinea fowl. And I did get possibly good at speaking what was it? Not Kivit, Oh shucks, I can't even remember what that bird's name was called anymore. It was the Corp. The Corp, that was the one. I got relatively good at speaking the Corp for a while, but that was also 15 plus years ago. I'm not sure if my Corp is still possible. I could understand 2 words in the Corp. The 2 words were get away and the other one was hey, pay attention to me. Those were the 2 words in the Corp I could understand. There was a 3rd phrase, but the translation is very fuzzy. What's your experience with non-digital painting? Pathetically limited. I think it was part of the donathon, and I think the bot is still on my YouTube channel. We did my first painting with real paint in more than a decade and a half. I think the last time I painted with real paint before then, I was in... I think I was 11. So crazy having permanency on your work. That's why YouTube is my primary channel. That is why YouTube is my primary channel, is to have that permanence in the bots. I gotta have proof that when I'd work on stuff that I did not use, you know, the bot. Well, I think I've pretty much proven that I don't use the bot by now. But anyway. Oh my word. Yeah, it's bedtime. It is definitely bedtime. Thank you guys for being here. I really, really appreciate it. I mean, using paints and stuff is hard to fix mistakes. It is, it is. You gotta own it. If something goes weird shape, you gotta just own it and make it part of the picture. I used to do a lot of sketchbook work, and a lot of that happened in the back of a plane at 30,000 feet. And when your ballpoint pen makes a weird jump because spontaneous turbulence, yeah, your pen has made a weird jump because spontaneous turbulence. You just know going around that. Rhea, did I mention how sweet your model is? It's almost 3D. Ah, thank you, Calyx. Yes. I actually have plans to do some upgrades to it, to make it a little bit better, because especially when the cheeks turn a bit, there's a couple of lines that I'm not particularly happy with. But I've now got a plan to actually get those smoother, and get a much more believable 3D-esque look. So I do have some plans for some upgrades. I was debating whether I was going to do a whole V2 model, or if I was just going to do upgrades, but I think I'm just going to do the upgrades, because I'm happy with how the eyes work. I'm happy with how the mouth works. I'm happy with how the eyebrows work, mostly. I'm not 100% happy with the eyebrow wrinkles. The eyebrow crease methodology, that I think I can do better now that I've got a bit more experience. But I definitely want to do some upgrades to the entire motion system that I've currently got going. I want to redo my bangs. I want to redo my hairline. I want to implement some additional parameters for a bit more dynamic movement around the head and torso. I want to implement some movement in the neck as well, because that should actually be moving with the head X parameter. The neck should be moving with the head X parameter a bit more than what it is. So I've got some things that I want to do to it. So if you want to get me to actually spend the time working on it, please head over to my VGen. There is a patronage service for actually sponsoring an hour or more for me to actually work on things. That is not commission stuff. So that would be things like model upgrades or potentially working on Project Misthaven things. So that would be the actual lore writing and the illustrations that go with Project Misthaven, which is my big ongoing thing where the character Harrier resides. And I have been putting in hours here and there as possible, but if you guys buy the hours for me to actually spend the time working on this stuff, it will come out sooner. And there will be more original Harrier content for you sooner, because I can actually then make it without feeling guilty that I could have been spending this time serving a client and putting food on the table, which is a thing that I've been fighting with for the longest time. So if you want to see more of those upgrades happening sooner, then please go look at that. I also wanted to try a different kind of nose, because I've been trying this nose and I don't feel like it vibes with me. Like, it's better than my old one, but I don't think this nose is my vibe. It's better than my old one, but I don't think it's my vibe. So I'm going to switch it up again. Not quite plastic surgery, just stylistic surgery. Yeah, anyway. Rest well, guys. It was nice having you here. And I will see you tomorrow, same time, 3 in the morning, or 1 in the morning UTC, tomorrow. And the nose seems fine to me. Yeah, it's just stylistically not vibing with me. The nose is stylistically not vibing with me. I want to go for a slightly more realistic nose. It's just... I tried it, and it's not me. So I'm gonna go back to a more realistic nose. Subtle, but more realistic. So that's gonna be my vibe. Yeah, rest while you get to it. Yes, get to it now, please. You need rest. Yes, I've got 3 hours of sleep ahead of me before my next waking shift. I should be fine. I should get 1 REM cycle in. That's fine. That's okay. It's good. All right. Night, everyone. Rest well. See you tomorrow. 3. Yes, 3. 3 for now, and then I'm gonna have, after midday, I'm gonna have another 4. Wait, is it 4? Let me just look at my piece of paper again. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4.5. 4.5. 3 now, then awake for 3 hours, and then 4.5. Good night, Sai. Good night, Calyx. Night, Misslings. We subscribe to multi-sleeps around here. Yeah, it's only 2 of those multi-sleeps a week now, instead of what I have been on, which was 4 multi-sleeps a week. That was what I was still on last week. So we're getting better, actually. We're getting better. Anyway, for reals now. Good night. Sleep well. And I'll see you tomorrow at the crack of dawn. 2 time zones ahead of me. Okay, good night. Bye.